You're listening to a podcast from the Finnish Football Show.
Yep.
Yes, it's a Finnish Football Show. Listener, you will never know the dirty joke I just told Keke before we press record, and I'll make sure it's edited out. But suffice to say, I found the record button.
Indeed.
It's the Finnish Football Show. I mean, it's been a while.
We're back.
It's been a while. I forgot what I'm supposed to say. But Keke dropped me a line the other day and said, "Are we podding? Finland are playing at the end of the week, and we thought we better switch the mics on, turn the cameras on, and get together and have a chat." So, Keke, it's delightful to see you again.
No, it's good to see you too, mate. A bit of a forced hiatus, what with real life getting in the way of our various hobbies. But it's good to be back, and it's good to see you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been there's been some stuff going on. Poor Lady Satu had an operation before Christmas, and it's taken a long time to recover. And it's just, you know, as many podcasters say, real life got in the way of the show.
Yeah.
So I have managed what did we do? We did the sort of end of year review show, didn't we? Where we all sort of looked back at bits and pieces from the year, which went out just after Christmas, and that's 3 months ago. And since then, I did one SJK pod where I interviewed a couple of the players that have been at the AFCON, because that's quite a big deal for SJK to have a couple of players there, and that was cool to see how excited they were to have played against Mo Salah. They both played against him for their own country, so that was quite cool.
Brilliant.
And
then you were dancing to Britpop.
I was dancing with the Europeans. Suede came to Helsinki, and I went down there, and there's a Suede fan podcast that's come out in the last year or so, and I'm straight into his DMs. We've been, not every week, but occasionally exchanging messages. And when it came along, the idea came up to do a gig diary, and I was like, "Oh, I'll record something for you. Have Mike will pod," and that came out a week or so ago. So I think I've shared it on some of the. I think I shared it on the Blue Sky, on Finnish Football Show Blue Sky. But if you're interested in hearing me talk about 90s pop sensations, indie pop sensations, actually my favourite band ever, then you can hear me. And actually, Mrs. Jules, Mari came, and we were there together, and she got on the pod with me after, and we gushed a bit together. Nice. So Litter on the Breeze podcast, it's worth a listen if you want a bit more of me. But right now, Keke, you've got me.
Yeah, good.
Now, what are we here for?
Well, it's FIFA Series time. Those cool dudes at FIFA who you love so much because of their well-organised website.
I do like their app.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things about FIFA I don't necessarily approve of, but I do like their app.
Well, World Cup ticket prices for one, but we won't go there.
No,
but they've decided that it's a great idea for cross-federation teams to jump on planes and travel thousands of miles and thousands of kilometres to play friendlies against each other. So we are about to kick off FIFA Series 2026.
I must admit, I've never heard of it before. And then I earlier this year, I saw something on Yle that the Huuhkajat are taking part in this. So tell us a little bit that you've gleaned about the FIFA Series.
Well, I mean, this one is the second edition of the FIFA Series. As I said, it's an invitational cross-federation, cross-confederation friendly tournaments. It's a bit weird. Like some of the groups they've devised. Most of the groups got 4 teams. All of them got 4 teams, and some of them are playing like a drawn out of the hat 2 semi-finals, and then playing a a bronze medal and a final.
Yeah.
But yeah, it doesn't seem like our group is like that. We travel off to New Zealand with hosts New Zealand, Cape Verde, and Chile, and we play two of those teams already predetermined. We don't get to play Chile, unfortunately, but yeah, we'll be playing New Zealand and Cape Verde in Auckland.
So this is in the kind of regular international break. Do you think it's just to give countries a chance to play against some different opposition? Because obviously we play all the European teams, World Cup qualifying, Euro qualifying, Nations League. It's kind of nice to see Finland playing against some different teams to start with.
Yeah. I mean, like it is. I agree. I agree with that point. It's I mean, and I'm sure that your boy and fellow has been putting some little clips and pictures of downtown Auckland on his Instagram today. So yeah, it might be nice for them to get a new stamp in the passport and see some new scenery. But from a professional point of view, it seems like a long way to go.
No, that's fair.
I'll just give you a little rundown of this year's FIFA series. Just
Yeah, go on.
I won't go through the whole thing, but I'll tell you where various games are taking place. So there's a group of 4 teams playing in Australia, another group of 3 teams playing in Azerbaijan, a group of 4 playing in Indonesia, 3 teams playing in Kazakhstan. Finland and the teams I mentioned are playing in New Zealand, a group of 4. Another 4 teams in Puerto Rico. 4 teams, including Estonia, are playing in Rwanda. And then you've got another 4 teams, including Liechtenstein, playing in Rwanda also. And then
that's interesting.
And then you've got the last group, 4 teams playing in Uzbekistan. So
yeah, and looking at the you got this from by the looks of it from Wikipedia, I'm guessing.
Yep.
So it's got all the groups and it shows which confederation they're in and what their FIFA ranking is as well. And they're
Sure.
kind of loosely grouped so they're playing against teams of a similar kind of quality. But generally they're all from different confederations. There's 1 or 2 that have got 2 from the same confederation.
Yeah.
It's sort of spread out a bit. It would be. I said just now it will be interesting to see Finland play against these teams. The only problem is the time the games kick off in Finland is not conducive to actually me watching them.
Yeah. So what is it? We've got the first one against New Zealand, which is early Friday morning. I think it kicks off about 6 a.m. finish time.
I think it's 8 o'clock finish time, 6 o'clock UK
right?
time, maybe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right there. Sorry, yeah, 8 o'clock in the morning finish time. So yeah, set your alarms. If you're commuting to work, have it on the old phone. You know what I mean?
My commute to work takes approximately 7 minutes, and then by the time I get there, the other thing is also like listening to Finnish commentary. It takes a little bit more concentration than just having it on in the background. So I think we'll record it and maybe watch it later, or even better, watch the highlights. Maybe if I know the score. It's always a bit of a drag watching a whole game knowing the score.
Well, lucky you with your 7-minute commute, but my commutes are 2 hours each way, and 6 o'clock in the morning UK time is when I'll be slap bang in the middle of it. So I can watch the whole bloody game.
You'll be streaming it, nice. So where can people watch it? Like obviously over here it's being shown on Yle Teema, for example, which is unusual, but that's a sort of national channel. But where can you watch it outside the country?
I'm pretty sure there's various streams from FIFA.com. So
okay,
I'm not sure if all games are being shown, but there are certain games being shown via FIFA.com. So yeah, check that out, or or Ule if you've got a VPN.
Well, there is that as well. There are ways and means of putting yourself in different territories and watching the TV.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah, as I say, like there's some interesting groups. So anyone who's interested, Australia, Cameroon, China, and that team that speak Dutch and have got a really nice shirt that play in the World Cup soon. How do we say that?
Curacao.
That's them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, there's going to be some bizarre games. So yeah, I guess it's interesting.
That is quite interesting. Also, that Curacao are playing and they're in the World Cup, because a lot of these teams are our teams that probably don't have that much going on at the moment. For example, England have got a couple of friendly games, the last two before the squad has to be announced, and they seem to have listed every single English player between the age of 18 and 35 in this preliminary squad, and that they're going to then whittle it down. So this is just trying to create a little bit of interest for other countries that don't have much going on, like Finland doesn't have much going on in the first half of this year. So, okay, well, it's not exciting, but it's intriguing. I'll give it
Indeed,
that, I think.
Yeah, New Zealand are no mugs. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've been on the world stage. They're not a muggy team. As I say, we're not playing Chile, but everyone's familiar with them. They're a decent team, and yeah, so it'll be interesting at the very least.
And thinking about it, New Zealand have qualified for the World Cup, have they? I mean, it's a big World Cup, and they normally do from Oceania. So there's another one, and I'm guessing that Australia as well. So yeah, it's not all just small countries. I'm looking here, very quick scroll down, and I think the highest ranking team is Australia, who are ranked 27th in the world.
Yeah.
Cameroon are there, 45. So yeah, it's intriguing, but it is essentially a series of games with no real consequence apart from some games for players against other countries.
That's right.
But what about the Finland squad? Let's have a look through the squad, because there will be some players missing. There will be some coming in, maybe not for the first time, but sort of some faces that aren't always there. So let's go through and talk about the Finland squad that's travelled to New Zealand.
Yeah, sure. So Jakob Friis, he's named his squad. It's as we spoke previously, it's another one that's got a few new names, some younger players coming through. We've spoke at length about how the recent Huuhkajat squads have been quite, transitional and trying out new players and seeing how they go. But I'll see what you make of this one. Lukas Radetsky, he's been picked. He had a sort of an injury layoff recently in Monaco. Picked up an injury in Monaco, but he's back in action now. Played 2 games recently and actually kept a clean sheet in his first game back after injury. Then we've got Jesse Joronen, who's got an absolutely amazing 15 clean sheets in Serie B this season, which, it's like, it's 15 clean sheets. I think they've played 20 odd games. So it's like,
that's stunning,
maybe a bit more than that. Yeah.
How are Palermo doing in that?
They're fourth or fifth in Serie B. Right. Yeah. So a couple of points off of the automatic promotion places, but yeah, a few games to go. Then we've got William Sinisalo, who is Celtic's current number 1 due to an injury to Kasper Schmeichel. Kasper Schmeichel's picked up a shoulder injury that might put pay to that might be the end of him. So
I thought. Well, I mean, let's not be too dramatic. He will still be alive, but he might not be able to play goals anymore.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, he has to have surgery that might mean that the long road back might be a bit too much at his age to get back to the top of his game. But one door closes, another one opens. So William Sinisalo has been Celtic's number 1 recently. He had a clean sheet against Rangers in the League Cup quarter final, and which Celtic went through on penalties. So on the end of a 2-0 reverse against Dundee United just this week. But apart, he's been doing all right. Into defence, we've got Vilikoski, who's made his La Liga debut in Spain recently for Deportivo Alaves. The first Finnish player to play in Spain since Teemu Pukki, I think, for Sevilla.
In La Liga, I guess.
Yeah, in La Liga, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless I'm mistaken.
Very good.
Then we've got Tony Miettinen, who's it's his first Huuhkajat squad, I believe. After I think he's picked up almost 20 under 21 caps. But yeah, comes into the senior squad. Juha
Mjällby, who just won the Swedish league, is that right?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the tiny little
That's it,
fishing
yeah.
village
Yeah.
of Malmö. Yeah, I don't know how many they got. Something like 4,000 inhabitants or something, and they won Allsvenskan.
Yeah, so
yeah.
well deserved kind of call up to see what he can do for the national team.
Indeed. Then we've got Juha Laitemäki, who's just signed a new four-year deal with Nordsjælland. Yes, obviously highly rated young player. They've Nordsjælland have got a sort of pedigree of bringing through players and moving them on to bigger leagues for decent money. So he signed a new 4-year deal there. Miro Tenho of Djurgården was named, but he's unfortunately had to pull out injured. Then we've got Nikolai Alho, who's probably one of the, along with Radetzky and a couple of others, is probably one of the elder statesmen of the Huuhkajat squad these days. You know, having played like so many games for Finland, with all these new players coming, Alho is probably one of the what you would call senior pros. I guess he's playing quite regularly in Greece and doing okay.
There's not a lot of experience in that defence. That's true. When you think of some of the players that were there before Christmas and probably will be back for competitive games, but still, yeah, you're right.
That's right. Yeah, it's quite young. Then we've got Samuli Miettinen, former Cupsman, again only 21. He was once on the books of Sampdoria in Italy. He's now playing in the Croatian top flight. So yes, comes into the squad. Ryan Mahuta, born in Turku. I think he played for FC Inter Turku, I believe, and also FC Haka in Finland. Now playing in the Czech First League with FK Pardubice. He signed for them last year.
Looking at the names of these clubs coming up on my list here, Keke, I'm waiting for the pronunciation. That looked pretty good to me.
Yeah, listen, I'm not too bad. Not too bad.
Do you practice before you come on?
Yeah, of course I do. Yeah, well practiced. Then I've got Leo Valta, who had an unbelievable season with Sirius in Sweden last year. He signed for Swansea City in January. He's already made his debut in the English Championship. He's picking up odd minutes, but yeah, he's not quite nailed down a starting 11 position yet. But yeah, the guys in Swansea have got high hopes for Leo. I mean, his numbers from that season in Sirius last year were absolutely phenomenal. So best of luck to him in Swansea City.
Before you go through the rest of the midfielders, there was also Matti Peltola on the published list, but not on your list of notes.
Yeah. I must have missed Matti. I don't think he's pulled out, but he scored. He scored the other day against who did he score against? Yeah, was it his? Yeah, for DC United. Can't remember who it was against, but yeah, he managed to score the other day. So unless I've missed something, he'll still be there. But yeah, I obviously skipped him off of my notes. So
and listen,
sorry,
do you notice that Keke was able to pluck a fact out of the air about a player that I mentioned? That was not scripted, and that was not. He doesn't have those notes written down. He's just. The work he's doing with the Finnish Football Show Instagram means he's got all this important info at his fingertips. There we go.
Yeah, yeah. So there we go. That was Matti Peltola. Kaan Kairinen, who's another one who's been in the squad for a fair few years, but he's been a bit quiet this season. I mean, he's he used to feature quite heavily on the old Finnish Football Show Instagram for picking up assists and what have you for Sparta Prague. But yeah, this season so far he's got 1 goal and 3 assists, but and he's playing regularly. But yeah, he's and he's being effective. But yeah, his sort of assist count was a little bit bigger last season.
It's a true mark of
then we've got-
a Finnish footballer's career is how often they appear on the Finnish
much he
football
features,
Instagram. It would be quite interesting to if we didn't have lives to go back through the whole year and see who appeared most often for their exploits. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. There'll be one coming up, but there's another one. There's another one who's made it recently, and that's Adam Mariev, who's scored his first goal for his club in Germany. I mean, we've got quite a collection of young Finnish players in Bundesliga 2, and Adam Mariev is been super impressive for FC Nuremberg this season. And as I said, he scored his debut for his club from the penalty spot just this weekend, and seems really popular with his teammates over there. They was all more than happy to celebrate that goal with him, and seems to be doing really, really well. I mean, BL2, it's not a bad league to be playing your trade in, and as I said, we got a couple in there. Moving on, we got Anssi Suhonen, who spent his own fair amount of time in Germany. He's moved to the Danish Superliga now with OB. He was in Hamburg SV for absolute what felt like donkey's years. I think he'd been there 10 years as he picked up as a youth player and gone through their sort of academy second team and into the first team. He's had his injury issues over the years, but obviously looking to kickstart his career in Denmark. He's a player who's already, despite being quite young, he's already got 12 Huuhkajat caps. So yeah, it brings in a little bit of experience. Been there before. Then we've got Topi Keskinen. He's got 3 goals and 3 assists this season in Scotland for an Aberdeen side who I think it's fair to say have struggled. They sacked their manager early this season, and it's not been. It's been a bit of a season to forget for them. Really, they're almost flirting with relegation. But yeah, Toppy's got 3 goals and 3 assists, so he makes it into the Huuhkajat squad. The next one to be named was Daniel Hawkins, who'd been out for such a long time with a nasty injury. He did make it back onto the pitch in Poland, but he's had a little knock and he's out again, so he's had to pull out of this particular squad.
Oh, is he? That's a shame. Yeah, and looking forward to see Danny getting back to where he was for Finland a couple of years ago when he broke into the scene. He was so exciting coming down that wing, and we've got a lot of young, exciting players potentially up there. So to have them all fighting for a place and hopefully pushing the standard on is going to be important.
Exactly that. Another youngster, Kasper Terho, scored a dramatic injury time equaliser on his Sparta Rotterdam debut a few weeks ago. He's on loan in Holland from Belgian club Leuven. But yeah, it's another guy who's been around. Where was he before? Saint-Gilloise. Yeah, is that their name? Saint-Gilloise, I think it is.
Saint-Gilloise, maybe.
Yeah, Saint-Gilloise. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There's your pronunciation. But yeah, he's been around these big clubs and obviously a highly thought of youngster. So another forward to be named is Benjamin Chelman, but he's had to pull out, unfortunately. He's another one in BL2. He's had a really, really great season for Hannover 96. He's got 13 goals so far in Germany. Another one who features quite heavily on the old Finnish Football Show Instagram because every other week he seems to be in the back of the net. So he's not made it this time, but yeah, we'll probably see Benny back soon. Oliver Antman, my mate old Oliver, he started to pick up minutes for Rangers again after a little leg knock ruled him out for a while. He actually came on as a sub against Aberdeen the other night, and he's looking to impress and be direct and get back into that starting 11 at Rangers. And he actually went on quite a blistering run, only to be dragged down on the edge of the box by none other than Topi Keskinen. So,
well, if you're trying to get away from someone, then the person you don't want chasing you down is Keskinen because he's rapid as well, isn't he? So
that's it. I mean, he sort of got hold of Ant-Man and wrestled him to the floor. I mean, they didn't seem to have much of an exchange at the time, but I don't know if it's it's been a bit of banter on the flight on the way to New Zealand,
Yeah, I bet it
or
has.
what? You know what I mean? But yeah, that was. I don't. At the time, I don't know if he realised it was Toppy, but I don't think Oliver was too happy because he was he was shaping up for a dig at goal. I think.
Do you know, I was never quick at football, but I do still have a memory of one game where I got past a defender down the left wing, and he was obviously very slow because I was slow, and I got past him and I was going through on goal, and he just took my legs out. It was just gentle little ankle tap to make me fall over,
There you
and I
go.
was furious. So I understand exactly how Oliver must be feeling. I'm sure he'll get some mild revenge while he's over there.
There we go. So next name on the team sheet is Nathan Skidder. Again, another Finn in BL2, another young guy plying his trade over there in Germany, and he's doing really, really well in that league. 9 goals and 3 assists for Kaiserslautern so far. So as I said, yeah, second tier in Germany is the hot breeding ground for the young Finns at the moment. Then we've got Oni Valakari playing in MLS with San Diego FC. 3 goals and 1 assist from the first 5 MLS games so far this season. So, you know, say what you like about the league, but he's over there and he's put you know, scoring goals and providing assists. So that's where he is. That's what he's doing. So it's good to see Oni back in the squad.
It is good to see him back in the squad. He's been in and out, you know, for the last few years, really, isn't he? Like under River, he was in for a while, then out for quite a long stretch. Then it feels like under Fries, he's been in and out as well. So, you know, I hope he can get in the team, get back to some of the performances that we were seeing when he first broke in, and kind of cement a place.
That's it, man. I mean, totally. I think he's got the talent. So hopefully he gets a chance. I mean, the last squad that he made, it was a bit weird. There was sort of a little bit of controversy about some stuff that he maybe said or didn't say, and then he made it into the squad but never got any minutes. So it was a bit like, what was the point of that? But yeah, it'd be good to see him. I remember that goal he scored. When was it? Beat France, didn't we? Was it 3-0 in Paris or 2-0, whatever it was? But yeah, come burst onto the scene with that. So that'd be it'd be nice to see him back in the team. And then yeah, as I said, the bloke who probably gets uploaded to the Finnish Football Show Instagram the most at the moment is Joel Poyenpalo. You know, another elder statesman of the side. Fully expect him to be wearing the captain's armband if Radetzky sits out for either of these games. As I said, he's got a fabulous goal record, 21 goals so far this season for Palermo, and another 5 assists. That side, his Palermo team are pushing for promotion to Serie A.
26 goal involvements in modern parlance.
Yeah, it's goal involvements. He seems to love Italy. Obviously, he had those couple of seasons in Venice. Yeah, and he's taken to Sicily really well. The fans seem to love him, and Jesse Joronen there. So yeah, that's the squad. Excuse me. There is one more.
Well, there's actually 2 more, but you do your one and I'll do my one.
Yeah, there's the one that I've the late addition that I've noted down is Jarkko Oksanen. He returns to the national setup after a break of more than 3 years. He moved from Kups to Kazakhstan to Kairat Almaty in January. Made his debut for Huuhkajat way back in January 2023 when Finland played Estonia in the sunny Portuguese Algarve. But yeah, back in the squad as a late addition.
Very happy to see Jarkko in there because he had half a season on loan at the mighty AFC Wimbledon back in the day as well. So I've been following him, and he was always very good for Kups in the last couple of years. But the other one, which is another late arrival, was my friend Kasper Parnanen, who got called up at the weekend, and it's nice to see that the national team coach has finally noticed that the Veikkausliiga top scorer from Seinäjoki is available, and he's got a call up, and it all happened quite quick. And I pinged him a message just saying like congratulations and you know well deserved and all of that, and he said when was this? This was on Sunday. He said, I'm traveling to New Zealand at the moment. Everything happens so fast. I don't really know what's going on. I haven't quite got my bearings on it yet. And wondering how big an opportunity this is. And I think that's worth pointing out, that he was trying to get a transfer in January. Felt like this was the moment, leading the top scorer charts last year. Felt like the club had given him the okay that they'd sort of help him to find a club, and then nothing happened. So I know he was a bit frustrated with that. Seems like, from what I've heard, the practice games recently, he's sort of knuckled down and played well, and he's got a couple of months of Veikkausliiga, and then the next window opens again. So I think it's actually midweek this week that the final transfer window closes in Sweden, and then there's no transfers until they all open up again in June or something like that. So, but I think having a national team call up, and if you can get on the pitch and pick up the first cap, could just make people notice a little bit more. Okay, you've done it in the Veikkausliiga. Now you've got a call up. It just sort of builds the profile a little bit. So I'm hoping to see Casper on the pitch, and I hope he can progress how he's looking to.
Yeah, I mean, you say you hope you see him on the pitch. I mean, often with these Huuhkajat previews, we sometimes speculate as to who might play and what might happen. But yeah, I really, really don't know. I mean, for players like, as I said about the travel, like for players like Bojan Balo and Joronen, guys who are, even some of the young guys who are playing in Germany, like playing in these decent leagues, you wouldn't expect them to sort of. I mean, not that I would think that any of these guys would turn down the chance to represent Finland wherever it was. Do you know what I mean? They sort of come across as those sort of guys, but yeah, it would be. I just hope that we do see as many players get on the pitch as possible. It'd be a shame to sort of travel all that way and not get any.
Got to imagine that they'll all get at least half a game, wouldn't you? Or at least half an hour. The three goalkeepers are all going to get some time on the pitch, and you'd imagine there's nothing. This is for Finland's an exercise in checking out these players and seeing how they interact in the training environment, in the hotel environment, and then get them on the pitch playing against two decent teams who actually, now when we think about it, Cape Verde and New Zealand, this is their prep for the World Cup. So, these are two decent teams they're playing against. So it's an opportunity to see what you can do against some good players. And I would also say that for the Cape Verde squad, that Asikor's Kelvin Perez has been called up as well. So, if the fates align, it could be Casper against Kelvin on the other side of the world.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is quite cool. I wonder if they flew out together. Probably not. Kelvin was called up a little bit earlier, but while we're talking about seeing these players in the Finland shirt, Keke, talk to me about the new Finland shirt.
Oh, okay.
Those that are listening to this won't see it, but I'll put it on the screen for the video so people can see the kit. But it won't be hard to find. You'll see it soon enough. But what was your initial reaction, Keke?
Well, my initial reaction, we'll explain how we came to see it. Our old mate Rich Nelson surfaced from wherever he's calling home at the moment, and decided to jump back into our WhatsApp group and share, because Rich has got a bit of a thing for football kits, like some of us who also hang around here have, you know what I mean? Middle-aged guys who like obsessed with football kits. But yeah, he obviously spotted the what is supposedly the leaked new Finland home and away jerseys and stuck them onto the old WhatsApp group, and it was the reaction was quite downbeat,
unanimous.
Really,
it was unanimously bad reaction.
It was. I mean, for those who are watching the video, you can see I'm wearing the current Finland home shirt, which yeah, I have to be honest. I was a little unsure of when it first came out, but I really sort of, when I saw it on the players and saw it on the pitch, I really grew to like this. I really like the vertical stripe down the middle. Something different. Do you know what I mean? It's a decent jersey, and the current away one again took a while, but once I saw it on the players, and Kimmy's actually got the away one, and it suits him. It looks good on him, and they're decent designs, you know. But at the very least, some thought went into them. But yeah, these new ones. I mean,
They're really.
Can we just get rid of? Can we just get rid of Nike already? I mean, like Adidas have just brought out some absolutely stunning away kits for the World Cup, and not only for the World Cup, but for teams who are, you know, who haven't even made it to the World Cup. They've pulled out some absolute stunners, and yeah, I mean, I don't know. Did the Nike designers just? Someone said Friday afternoon, no, job and knock. You got to design a Finland kit, and then you can go home. So they just, oh right, yeah, no problem. 10 seconds later, there we go.
Yeah, I mean, just to describe it a little bit for the listener, the home shirt it's got a kind of squarish round collar. It looks completely plain, and then white, obviously, and then on the left arm, it's got sort of going down the sleeve a blue stripe, and then going across it another one to make the Finnish flag, but just on the arm. And that's it. I mean, there's a something going around the other arm as well, but it's just really plain and really dull. And then the away kit, similarly, it's almost like a sort of ribbed material. The shirt collar, white collar with and a sort of asymmetrical gold bit going around the back of the collar, and one button up here, and that's it. It's really, I actually thought it was some AI generated joke, and then I saw Richard shared it, and then he showed the source of it, and I was like, oh, well, I don't think I'll be buying that.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's see what they look like on the players, and let's see what they look like in the flesh. But yeah, initial reaction leaves a little bit to be desired, I think. I don't even know. I should know. I don't know how long the kit deal with Nike runs for, or how long that's got left, or whatever. But yeah.
I mean, that one you're wearing now, as well as having this design down the front, which was all bespoke designed, it's got really like nice pattern to the white fabric.
Within the fabric.
Yeah, and it's interesting, but this one is really boring. And if they're going to try and charge 120 euros for that, I mean, at least the one you've got there is something worth having as a collector. That looks like something a Sunday League team would get. 15 shirts, shorts, and socks for 250 quid.
Well, yeah. Well, Nike do have a tendency to use templates for the nations who they're not so fussed about. I mean, perhaps this was our. I mean, we've had some decent. The last sort of 3 editions of the Nike shirt have been decent. I mean,
absolutely.
We were chatting today, like of that. The Finland shirt from the Euros went so viral. They've resurrected that template and used it on the new Norway shirt.
Yeah, that's true. That looks cracking because it's red shirt and it's got the blue cross outlined in white like the Norway flag, and it's really bold. And I think it's going to look cracking at the World Cup. And they're smashing teams left, right, and rotten on their way to, I don't know, getting knocked out in the round of 16 probably. But anyway,
well, there we are.
All right. Well, I think I've ruined my chances of an endorsement from Nike.
Come on, get on the phone to Nike and tell them to sort it out. Or even better, get back on the phone to Adidas and get them back.
All right, Keke, do you want to finally maybe talk a little bit about the form of the teams that we're coming up against, New Zealand and Cape Verde?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, we'll do quickly. As you said, both of those sides have qualified for the upcoming World Cup. New Zealand are in Group G with Iran, Egypt, and Belgium. But yeah, their previous form. I mean, they've had what 1, 2, 3, 4 friendlies, a couple of games against Australia. That's in the soccer Ashes, would you believe? And and they've also played Ukraine in the Canadian Shield. But yeah, they've 7 without a win. I mean, they did get a 1-1 draw with Norway in Oslo, friendly game there,
which is not to be sniffed at the way Norway have been playing recently. But still, it's a pretty poor run they're on since last June.
Yeah, I mean they've been beaten by Ecuador, beaten by Colombia, beaten by Poland. So not muggy teams. They've come up against some half decent teams. I mean, they limited Poland to a 1-0 win, which was poor old Finland struggled a bit more than that. But yeah, they they'll be looking to build a bit of confidence before going to the World Cup, I suppose. But yeah, we'll have to see how we get on.
And looking at their upcoming fixtures in the World Cup as well, their first game is supposed to be against Iran in Inglewood, California. And with global geopolitics at the moment, that is very much up in the air, isn't it?
It is, yeah. See if where or if that gets played at all.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a strange situation.
Oh dear. But as you say, Cape Verde by a different token, they haven't lost in I don't know how long. They've been doing really, really well. They've had their most recent fixture was a 1-1 draw with Egypt. They got a 0-0 with Iran. Yeah, but prior to that, they've had what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins out of 9 games. Prior to that, they beat Angola, they beat Malaysia twice. They got a 1-1 draw with Georgia away. Beat Cameroon famously. So I mean, they've sort of been doing really, really well. Their World Cup group isn't exactly easy. They've got Spain, Uruguay, and Saudi Arabia. So yeah, first game in the World Cup against Spain in Atlanta, Georgia. So we'll see how they get on there. But yeah, listen, they'll be high on confidence after such a long run without loss.
And what about finally us? I mean, our recent results look quite similar to New Zealand's, really, don't they? There's a lot of red for defeat in there.
There is. I mean, obviously World Cup qualification didn't go exactly to plan. The most stinking of results against Malta in Helsinki with a 1-0 loss. We got that 4-0 friendly victory over Andorra in Tampere. So in Teemu Pukki's goodbye game. So we'll hang on to that. Also got that 2-1 against Lithuania. It's been a bit of a checkered recent form. So we'll see. But yeah, New Zealand on Friday morning. See how we get on. It's going to be, as we said at the top of the show, mate. It's going to be interesting. But yeah, we've got these 2 games, and then we've got that friendly against Germany in Mainz, and also another friendly in June against Hungary in Budapest before we get back to Nations League action in September.
Yeah, it's interesting because we often have a home game that first weekend of June, because it's often the one that Sutter and I come down to watch Finland at home. There's no home game there. There's no home game now until the end of September, where we play Belarus. Although, is that game being played somewhere else now? That's actually
no, I don't believe it is. They announced that they would. Or what did I read?
It's meant to be a home game, but I thought I'd read that they were going to be played in another country, and I didn't actually have the chance to read into. I guess that's geopolitics as well.
Yeah, it is. There was a news release about it, and for the life of me, I can't remember if they'd announced they're going to play it elsewhere. Excuse me, and that's why people were upset. But yeah, I'll have to look into that.
Yeah,
Sorry,
right. No, don't worry. We're now just looking through Wikipedia facts, and throwing questions out there. So, you know, this is outside of your expected research. I think that probably gives everyone a bit of an idea what's going on this coming weekend, which was the whole point of getting together, mate. Anything else? There's always something else that you want to say before I
don't think so. I mean, apart from I am all over FIFA Series 26. Bring it on. I can't wait for Friday morning.
And on that bombshell, listener, I think we'll leave it there for another week. Keke, thanks for instigating this, and thanks for being your usual bubbly self.
Good to see you again, mate. And as I say, sometimes life gets in the way, but it's always good to talk to you, and always good to be on the show for the listeners. And we'll try not to leave it so long next time. We got a couple of games to review after this, anyway.
Well, you say review. We have to actually watch them first before we can review them. But yeah, we'll get back and talk about these and any stories that come up from this trip to New Zealand. And let's see, maybe get something out around the start of the Veikkaus League, because that is starting Easter weekend, which is only 10 days or so from now.
Yeah, what happened? The Liga Cup is already. What happened? Did the Liga Cup already happen?
Yeah, the finals are at the weekend. I think Inter won the Liga Cup, and KTP won the Ukkas Liga Cup.
There you go. Already a trophy in the cupboard.
A little trophy that has no European value for European places, but they won the pre-season training competition cup.
There we are. Okay.
Now I'll put my claws away, stop being a bitch, and say goodbye.
No. Kiitos.
Kiitos. Heippa.
You've been listening to The Finnish Football Show. You can find us online at finishfootballshow.com. Remember to subscribe to the show wherever you're listening or watching. You can follow the Finnish Football Show page and group on Facebook, and also on Instagram. Escape to Suomi on Twitter is now Finnish Football Show on X. And you will find us on Blue Sky at Finnish Football Pod. See the links in the episode description, along with the links to the Finnish Football Show merch.